We know.
All right. Welcome to episode 48 of the No Secret Podcast. We got everybody here. We got Ant, we got Troy, we got Jay, I'm Nate. Before we get the episode, thanks so much for everybody, tuning in weekly. Also, like downloads been going up. We got a 4.8 out of 5 rating on Apple Podcasts. So thanks so much. We got a bunch of comments recently, so definitely appreciate that. And today we got a special guest on the podcast, the creator of the Spiritual Tingz podcast, up and coming business consultant and artist, painter in the Dallas-Fort Worth area. We have Seyoun Taylor. Clap it up.
Thank you for the introduction.
No problem. Welcome to the podcast. So, I guess before we get anything else you want to add on to that small intro?
Look, they're like, no.
No, we're talking about you.
It was for you.
If you got anything else you want to say?
Oh, I misheard that. No, not right now. It's the reason why it's short as it is because I'm starting and branching out. So I'm still trying to figure out what I'm really doing out here and really trying to get my business off the ground. And especially when it comes to my podcast, I just started maybe a few short months ago. So I'm trying to kind of see where I'm going with that, trying to find my voice, because honestly, in the past, I would have never thought about doing a podcast because, my insecurity be flaring up. So yeah, that's pretty much it when it comes to my little titles. But it's okay though, because I'm going to step up on the scene and y'all can see me everywhere. So,
man.
Well, actually, that's a perfect segue to our first question, because was going to ask what made you start the podcast? Because obviously with us, we kind of started really like the beginning of the pandemic. It was kind of something we could just stay in contact with and talk about different topics that came up, and we're still here. So what's kind of, I guess, like the meaning or kind of like what caused you to start your podcast? You said like a few months ago.
So my homegirl had came up with the idea at first. She says, I really want to do a podcast. I think it'll be fun for us. And I was like, I don't know. I don't really want to talk. Like, I don't want to get on there and talk about anything. And she's like, I think it'd be a good idea. I said, all right, I'll sit on it. And then a few months later, I was talking to a family friend. We were just having a regular conversation. And then he said, do you have a podcast? And I was like, no. He said, you should do one. That'll be, dope. I feel like a lot of the stuff that you have to say is important and people will listen. And so I was like, oh, shit. If more than one person got to tell me the same thing, I'm like, okay, that's my spirit guys, letting me know, like, there's something up with this. So maybe something that you can explore. And I kept thinking about it because I really didn't want to do it, to be quite honest. I was like, my spiritual journey and my healing process, it would be something for me to broadcast, because I know there's other people out there that feels alone, especially when they have their first spiritual awakening, or even if they're starting their own healing journey. It doesn't matter if they're religious or not. So I was like, okay, I felt like when I first had my spiritual awakening, I would want someone to have, a podcast or even a platform where they're talking about it, because, life gets in the way, growth happens in spurts. So, I may take 2 steps forward and then 3 steps back. So I kind of wanted somebody to be real about it. So I was like, okay, I can broadcast this, even though I was very, still a little bit insecure about it and telling people my business, to be quite honest. It was nerve-wracking. So I was just like, okay, I'm going to go in here and I'm going to tell my story. And my spirituality is something that I cling to, and it's something that I, hold dear to my heart. It's because, a few short years ago, I'm gonna be really vague about this, but I had some I had a setback when it came to my mental health, and I really felt alone in that as well, because I didn't tell my family about it. I was going through a lot at the time, and then when I graduated in my undergrad, I went to UT to start the master's program, and I found myself having that same setback, that same mental health. And I was just like, this can't be, because at first I ignored it. I was like, I'm fine, I'm good. People get sad, they get upset. So, me still being on my spiritual journey, I was thinking like, well, maybe it's just me trying to adjust to this new environment. Then my mental health start to get in the way even more. So that's what made me dive deeper into my spirituality. And like really connecting with myself, because I wasn't connected with myself. I thought I had love for myself. I thought I was showing up for myself. I thought I had boundaries, but that all went out the window. Like I was not practicing any of it. So that's when I fell even deeper into my spirituality, to connect with my inner child, connect with my shadow side, do some healing work to make sure that I'm really showing up for myself first. And that's why in 2021, if you would have asked me 6 months ago, even before the podcast, how your year is doing, I told you it's terrible, because I feel like my world is falling apart. I filled out this master's program because that was the first time I ever experienced real failure, where I felt like, well, damn, like I cannot believe this happened. It was really a big curveball for me, given the fact that I was always really good with my grades. And then when this happened, so I didn't know how to deal with it, and dealing with my mental health at the same time. So it was just kind of like a gut punch. And then something happened in my family that just came trucking along. So I just felt like life is really kicking my ass right now. I don't know what to do with it. And sometimes I really wanted to quit on my spiritual journey, because it's not the easiest thing, especially when you're trying to go through your healing process. It's not easy. It's very, very uncomfortable, because a lot of the times we have to deal with other people's actions and how it affects us, especially specifically me. So, I was just like, okay. My friend came up with that podcast, and I was like, this is an opportunity for me to truly connect with myself. So as I'm healing myself, I know that I'm helping healing other people at the same time. So it was just something that I knew that I had to do, like I was actually guided to do, and not something that, I just put, pressure in. So with every episode that I do post, I do get a little insecure, just because I'm opening up a lot more. I'm tapping into my vulnerability, allowing people to truly see who I am, the person that I don't really show to other people, and also the person that I neglect over and over, because growing up, I was the oldest out of 2 children, and a whole bunch of other brothers and sisters. So me being strong and putting on that face for them and for my family was something that I grew up with. So it's really hard for me to tap into my vulnerability. So that's why this platform is really special to me, because I know there's somebody out there who I can reach out to and really help, even if their situation is not the same as mine. I know that they can actually take what resonates from my words and apply it to their own life and really start their own healing journey. I know that was a lot, but
I was like, we're gonna let you get that off your chest. I wasn't about to hop in at all. I was like, hold up, let me listen. Listen into this.
Yeah.
That was a prayer right there, boy.
Mm-hmm.
Amen.
Amen.
Yeah.
I like that.
It's a lot more involved. I can't really get, that's why I'm vague about certain things. I can't really get into too much, but it's just I don't know, this world is crazy, and I feel like there's a consciousness shift in the the collective everybody. I think COVID has really changed people's perception on a lot of things, and a lot of people are going to start being a lot confused. They're not going to want to work that 9 to 5. They're not going to want to get on that hamster wheel. Like, I guess, what you call it, the matrix. I don't really refer to it as that, but people are really going to start to wake up. So it's just like, we need more people in place that is, me healing myself, trying to be strong within myself, because I know that somebody is going to be just like me answering those same questions. Because when I started my spirituality, I literally went down a rabbit hole. And I was always spiritual, even as a child. Like, I was always interested in past lives and, stuff that other kids was not even worried about, believing in aliens and other dimensions and stuff like that. So as I grew into it, I still fell in that rabbit hole because I was so confused. I was just like, there is nobody else around me who can really explain to me what's going on. Now, mind you, there are other spiritual people out there who do have platforms that talk, but some of them are like a lot older. I'm still 25. It's like, it's kind of scary, not in a bad way. It's like, I'm still scratching the surface. Like, I'm not even at my full potential yet, especially when it comes to my spirituality. So I'm 25 broadcasting this because I know there's some young person out there who's just as confused as I am, because I'm still confused. Like, there's a lot of stuff I still don't know. And the stuff I feel like I know, I feel like I'm not 100% like, good on it, because, anything can change. Just like I'm still trying to learn how to navigate my way through life, especially my 20s, because last year was a lot for me. So I think it helped me adapt to my environment and adapt to when things change. It's not all bad, that it's actually good. And that's why, I posted a podcast yesterday about embracing stagnation part 2, is because I talked about how I still feel stagnant within my own path and my spiritual journey, and how, that's a period of growth for me, that it's not bad. It's not me, having a setback. It's just me being able to self-reflect on where I am now and where I want to go, in the future.
Yeah, I would say especially for the being stagnant or being complacent. Well,
Yeah.
sometimes you'll feel like if you care, like I'm at the same level in life, I'm still doing the same thing. Should I be doing more? Should I be doing something else? You can get to that point, especially if you start seeing your friends, like everybody starting to try to do this, that, and the other. You start thinking, well, am I okay where I'm at, or should I be wanting more? I felt like I was at a point, just because I see my friends like, okay, they're trying to look for other jobs, doing this, that, and other. I'm like, well, I'm fine with the job I got. I don't got no problem with it. But just because I see other people doing it, should I be doing it as well? So I think during your 20s, you just got to figure out, you should be growing, or should you? Because a lot of people are obsessed with that. I need to be growing every single day. But sometimes you just got to make it by. Some days, as long as you breathe it, then that's good enough.
Right.
And I can touch on that. Like my mentors, they told me, if you're not happy somewhere, you got to definitely change. Like, even if you don't know the exact direction you're going to, at least make a change and like keep on moving forward. For me, like, I put in my 2 weeks and I was like, yeah, I need to make a change. Now I'm like kind of regretting it, not regretting it, but I miss the paycheck, but I don't miss the environment. So it is what it is.
Definitely.
So I got a question. So I want so when you're still going through this journey right now, right? But in the beginning, when you started noticing that what you wanted to change wasn't happening overnight on a daily basis, what kept you going?
Man, that's a good question, because a lot of people don't know about me. Well, they probably do know. I'm very impatient. Like, I need shit to happen overnight. That's what my spirit guides was doing, because I was connecting with them as well. Like, even my ancestors, unknown and known, I was like asking them things. I was, doing meditation. I was doing prayers. I was like, when is this gonna happen? I'm trying to manifest this in my life. Like, I've been working my ass off and I'm still at the same point. Like, I don't understand. They just like, they get it, but it's like humble yourself at the same time and show gratitude for the stuff that you do have. And that's what also kept me going. It's like, like I said, everything is not all bad. What I do have right now in my life is wonderful, because a lot of people don't have the opportunities that I had, even if I don't have that opportunity no more. And, I just kept meditating, especially go out in nature like that. We got to take care of our earth. Like, we really do. I can't really get into that much right now, but nature really be trying to speak to us. Like, nature really heals us on a soul level. So I go out in nature, go out to a park, just sit there. I journal, do inner child work, journal prompts, whatever resonates with you. But that's what I was doing to stay connected within myself and really to know. And I kept asking my spirit guides, like, am I doing the right thing? I'm trying to stay humble. I'm trying to be patient, because that was another part of my purpose, is to be patient, that growth is not going to happen overnight, that it's going to take time, especially when you want to build something that lasts. It's not going to happen next week. It makes me think about the Three Little Pigs. I know this is like a crazy reference, but the last pig, like, he took his time to build that house. And think of that wolf as life, and a lot of stuff that really be happening to you. Like, that wolf can even break down that foundation that the pig, did. And everybody else was making fun of him, because they were just like, this is a joke. Like, you gonna get eaten or whatever because you're taking too long. But he built something that lasts. And I think I have to refer back to that. It's like, when I want to build something that lasts, not just for myself, but, hopefully my family or kids one day, it's like, it's all going to be worth it at the end. Because just think about walking on a trail or a hike. It's like, you're not going to get back to the start like that. So you really have to be patient with yourself and, really ground yourself and just show gratitude to the universe and the divine, because they always provide for me. I'm telling you, like, yesterday, I haven't been sleeping. Like, it's actually been very bad. It's got to the point where it's starting to really get to me. I've always dealt with insomnia, but this time around it's starting to get a little worse. But I got a message, or I call them spiritual dings. It's like spiritual downloads where your ancestors are trying to contact you. And I was journaling and I was telling them, like, I'm trying to sleep. I don't understand. Like, I journal to talk to them. That's how I talk to them, because I always have racing thoughts. So I can't sit and meditate and talk to them like that. I have to get the words down on paper so they'll know. And I'll be, just writing to them and telling them, like, I need to sleep. I don't understand. Like, is y'all trying to contact me? Is there something going on? Like, do I need to go get some medicine? Next thing I know, I see like a red belly. I think it's called a red bellied woodpecker. I don't see woodpeckers a lot, especially in my neighborhood. Whatever. And then I was listening to this spiritual advisor that I follow on YouTube. And as I'm looking at the spiritual woodpecker, the spiritual advisor is talking about ancestors contacting you. You know what I'm saying? Like, I did my journal prompt before I listened to this video and saw that animal. So they were like, they were trying to get through to me. They're just like, they're letting me know, like, they hear that they can hear me, and that what I'm going through right now, there's a reason for it. That a lot of the times when I do wake up in the middle of the night, they're trying to contact me and let me know so I can get a download. So all of that happened. I know it's a long-winded answer, but all of that happened. That's what keeps me going. It's like, I got past the point where I needed hardcore proof in order to believe in something. Because, like, miracles was happening when I felt like everything was going to shit last year. I got opportunities out of nowhere, and it happened kind of quick. My spirit guides told me, you need to be ready. You're out here moping around when we got something for you on the other side of the door. Like, rejection is divine protection. So it's like, you got rejected from that job because, I know for a fact you're going to get burnt out. They're going to use you. You got good work ethic. Something, I'm not going to say people, but it's like that wasn't for you. That opportunity, it's for somebody else. Let somebody else take that job, but we got something better else going for you. So that's what just keeps me going. And, yeah, I know that was a lot, but
that was good. But like you said, you don't need proof. So like, did you ever feel like you needed like milestones or anything like keep you on track?
Yeah, I guess.
You did need
I guess
milestones. Like, how did you decide like how long it'll take you to finish this milestone and go to the next one, if that makes sense?
Actually, it does, but my milestones, I would say it was basically, I know this may not make sense, but it was my like the improvement I saw within myself. How, like, a few years ago, like the way I am now and how I was back then is not the same person. And that's my milestone. I don't know if that answers your question.
It's not based on time. It's just you.
Right.
It's a reflection. That's what I feel.
Yes. Time is such an illusion, especially in the 5D and the astral realm. Like, the time is not the same. Like, as humans, we put time on everything. That's because, that's our ego doing that. So when I saw myself, when I self-reflect and saw changes in myself that I wouldn't have saw a few years ago, that's how I know that I'm actually, getting somewhere. Even if I'm not talking to my spirit guides, I know that certain opportunities and people that is actually in alignment with what I got going on, that's when I know that I'm closer to, my destiny or my spiritual path.
Solid.
That's what's up. I did not realize how deep Three Little Pigs was until this day.
Right.
Good to know. That's good to know. You said that, I was like, which about to go with this? I was like, oh, wow.
I love analogies and stuff. Like, if you ever listen to my podcast, I do it all the time. Like, I don't know why. It's fun for me. I have a crazy imagination, so I gotta attach a story to it so I can connect it all together. But
yeah, I feel like my team leader for my job, she used to hit us with analogies all the time. We'll be cracking up, they'll be making sense, and like, and we will understand them too. It's like, I don't know how you got all these analogies right now.
Yeah, don't get me started. I'll talk about it all day, but I don't. We're not gonna do that. But yeah.
Actually, I read a crazy one yesterday. It was like, you walk into the barber shop and you see a barber with a bad haircut and a barber with a good haircut. Who do you go to? And apparently you're supposed to go to the one with the bad haircut because the other barber gave him that haircut. That's crazy. I never thought about that.
That's funny because I feel like until probably till I moved here. Majority of my barbers always had dreads, so they ain't got no fresh cut. So, but they always were the best barber. So I was like, I had no problem with it. Like I feel like the only barber I had that didn't have dreads was my cousin. And that's just because that's family. And he been cutting. I was the first person who he cut hair, so I know he can cut hair. But majority of mine had dreads.
Yeah, I was getting the side of my, you can't see it because my hair is growing a lot, but I was getting the side of my hair like shaved. And I told that barber, I was like, I don't understand how y'all do this because I can't even keep up. Like my hair is a lot, but getting my hair cut, like how y'all, no. I say y'all can keep it. I'm gonna grow my hair back. I can't do this no more.
You don't like going to the barbershop every 2 weeks?
No, and they out here charging on like $30. Damn, I'm like, man.
Like that's still cheaper than what y'all used to be paying me out here. Because y'all be paying hundreds and $200.
But the thing with our hair is like when, let's say I go get some box braids like for $160, they'll last me at least 3 months if I really take care of it. But y'all getting your hair cut every 2 weeks. That's the no.
Okay. This used to be cost me like 30. Just a little lineup. Shit crazy.
Jeez. Yeah, I miss the days of haircuts being like $15. Those were good times. Yeah.
No, it's tough out there. People, that's why they tax it.
Yeah, my barber went up on prices. I was like, I guess I can't get tip no more because that's how much my tip was. So I was like, okay, I don't know what to do with this, my guy.
I remember I was a young boy and I ain't had no facial hair. I was like, man, it's only 15. Just cut me bald. That's it. Y'all got to line up nothing. Just do what you got to do.
Bro, back in the day, there was no fade, bro. It was just bald. Like,
bald fade.
Cut it all off, bro. Cut it all off. Now we got the mohawks, the dreads, the braids. I'm like, dang, these kids fresh as shit, boy.
Yeah. Shoot, parents say you don't brush your hair one day as a kid. Your parent like, all right, we'll cut you bald next time. You ain't taking care of your hair. It's like, dang, I missed one day. One day. That's what we doing. They do not play.
It's actually funny to see y'all talk like this because I'll be listening to y'all podcasts. I'm like, y'all are goofy. Y'all are goofy.
That's how we be.
I actually see a yellow butterfly is like fluttering around me. That's another sign of synchronicity. I don't know where the hell it went, but sometimes I get overwhelmed by the universe. I ask them a whole bunch of questions. I'm like, I need a sign, I need something. And they're like, all right, shit. They'll send me a whole like you want it. They'll send me a whole bunch of stuff. And I'm just like, I don't even understand what that means. They be wanting me to be mindful of my thoughts. And I just be thinking a lot of shit all at once. So I just like, I don't know. I can't keep up right now. So I'm gonna need y'all to maybe hit my line when I'm dreaming. Cause I have vivid dreams. So I'll actually ask them to come visit me in my dreams or send me something that makes sense. But lately my dreams kind of been all over the place. Like I don't know. I write my dreams down. If you do have vivid dreams, I definitely suggest that you just write them down because you never know. Like a dream I had last week can resonate with an event that happened today. So it'll help make sense of a lot of things. Even if you're not spiritual, like I say that all the time on my podcast, like I don't never want to go in there and talk about anybody's religion just because I don't think, it's never that serious. I respect what everybody believes in. Even if you don't believe in something, you believe in something. So it's teams, I think that's what we cling to a lot. We cling to our beliefs like so hard. That's why we got so many misunderstandings in this world. People we look at each other as individuals and we divided and we're not the same, but in reality on a soul level, we're literally the same. And maybe sometime in the future, I don't know how long, we can kumbaya, hold hands around a campfire and shit.
Shoot, but we've been waiting for that since Martin Luther King. Shoot. We've been wanting that. Hopefully,
I'm hearing s'mores.
Hopefully, shoot, man.
Yeah, but you're gonna have those outliers, those people in society that don't care. I think that's where I am right now. I'm really trying to figure out who my real friends are and who's not, because I don't have a problem with. Look, stop. I don't know.
But the group be right now.
Oh no, he didn't. It's just I don't have a problem cutting people off. People have done me dirty in the past. So it's like, I peep what you're trying to do. And if I allow you to do that, I really want to, like, I'm testing myself. That's what the universe do to me. They'll put people in my path that are probably the same type of people in my path that I've dealt with before. They like letting me know, like, if you're ready to move on to that next phase in life, like, we're gonna throw you a little, gonna test you a little bit. And if you fall in that trap, then you're not ready. Because I think we always being tested. And it's like, I'm grateful for those tests because if I move on to that next phase, I end up messing up an opportunity that may be really good for me. So that's why, I say all the time, growth happens in spurts. So if you're not ready to move on to that next phase, I suggest you don't force it, because you don't want to mess up that opportunity behind that door, especially if it's like a soulmate, a good friendship, a job opportunity. If you're not ready mentally, then you don't do nothing but burn yourself out. And I think that's why I'm looking at people in my life. I'm really like seeing like who really here for me, what resonates with me. If this friendship is not for me no more, we're not going to be talking. I don't have no animosity towards anybody who done me any type of way, because since my perspective has changed, I'm able to look at that person and not necessarily feel bad for them or pity them, but like know that they are coming from a low vibrational place, that the only reason they act the way they act is because that's how they grew up and that's what they used to. Especially
that's funny that you say that, because I had two friends that I've known probably since 6th grade, and they were friends probably since like elementary school. They were basically brothers. And I think we were at 25 now, so I say maybe last year, the year before, they do not talk to each other anymore. They're not friends anymore. That joint ended. And that was crazy to me, because I'm like, y'all basically been brothers the whole time I've known y'all. And I heard one of them talk about it. I guess like they friend group, like tell me like what happened and stuff. And the majority of them was like, well, he just grew up like that. That's the way he is. Like, he not gonna change unless he wants to change. And other ones, like, he kept giving like chances, like, okay, like, I still want to be your friend, but it just wasn't there. I'm like, this is crazy. Cause like that, it didn't seem like there was like a friendship that was gonna be for a season. That's sort of like a lifetime friendship. So it's crazy how you think people gonna be friends together forever, mess around and they just gone. And the other person, they still moving, they doing good. The other dude, I talk to him from time to time, but it's just crazy when things like that happen.
Yeah, that's and let me say this. It's like, just dropping people like a habit. Like, no, I do not enjoy doing that, because some people I've known for a long time. But it's like when I start peeping certain things, and when there's nothing but drama around you, when my energy is depleted, it's just like, not only you're an energy vampire, you bringing nothing but just shit into my life. And like, once I remove those certain people, I notice that I don't miss them. I don't miss the place that they held. Like, I wish them the best, but it's just like, I can't do that no more. Especially when you start to raise your consciousness and your vibration, you start to peep low vibrational people. And it's like, they don't resonate with me no more. Like, I don't even know what that means. Like, low vibe, where? Like, go back over there, because that's not what we're doing over here. And it's like, you got to leave certain people behind on your path. Because, I don't think that we're meant to heal alone. I think that we heal with other people. That's why people, have soulmates and friendships that last a lifetime. But it's like, there are certain people, and your family is not excluded from this. Like, you can still hang out with family members, but you have to realize there are certain people in your family or even in your closest friend group that do not want to see you do good. They may not say it, but that's the type of energy that they put out. So when they see you pray on your downfall, they the first one there to be like, up in your face about, just being weird. But it's just like, you have to leave some people behind, and don't look back when you do that, because it's like, if the universe is meant for you, that person to be in your life, trust me, they will be in your life, no problem. The relationship shouldn't be super hard. Y'all shouldn't be going through this and this and that. It should be like, y'all should grow with one another and together. And you'll know when that relationship is for you. So it's just like, that's why I got rid of, like, when I was in Austin, I was talking to this dude, and it was like an on and off thing for like 2 years. Just some BS. I got a big heart. I care too much about people, and I, tend to give people the benefit of the doubt. But I think that was just this one day. I told him, I said, look, I can't do this no more. I'm good. I'm done. Like, basically, like, this is like not even a thing. Like, we were never a thing. This is just a situationship. I can just tell that my energy was not there no more. I wouldn't even just in my head, just like, nah. Literally after I dropped that, a whole bunch of opportunities came my way. And I'm not saying that that person was in the way. I think my mentality and my mindset around that situation was in the way. I put that illusion up for myself. I put that blockage right in front of my path so I couldn't get over it. So it was really mostly something in my head that I kept clinging on to that I wanted to happen, knowing damn well it wasn't meant to happen. So when I got rid of it, the universe was like, okay, great. You've learned this lesson. So now you can at least try to move on to the next phase in your life, because they've been trying to tell me to get rid of this for a long time. So, it's just the same with everybody else. It's like, I'm really looking at people and like noticing like how you move. And if how you move don't resonate with me, then we can't be cool no more. And shit, they may not resonate with me no more. People may not want to be friends with me. That's fine. It's just like, sayonara, you got to go out of here.
That's what everybody said today. Keep your circle small.
No, for real.
I got a question on that. So like, how do you decide how to move? Because I feel like when you're going through this journey, right? You was probably like, I can't talk to certain people just off the strength I'm trying to get myself together. Like, you probably felt like you couldn't like talk to Jay sometimes because maybe his problems would probably come to you, and like you'll be thinking like, dang, Jay's going through this, that, and the third, but you're still working on yourself. So like, how do you know not to cut off certain people and like limit yourself to like a whole bunch of external things? You know what I'm saying? Because you never want to let people know. You don't want to tell people like, I don't fuck with you, or I got my other shit, and like,
right.
selfish, but you still want to let them know like, I'm still working on myself. Like, give me time, So how do you like move and project that to people?
So,
unfiltered version.
Stop.
The unfiltered version.
Hopefully I answer this question correctly, but like, are you asking like, how do I just like cut people off or just stop talking to them?
All right. So for example, right, I was going through the thing where like I had like a confidence problem. Like I lost like, all my confidence. I tried to like build myself up, but it's like while I'm going through this process, I still got people like Ant or Nate or Jasante hitting my phone, and they might be talking about like their girl, or they might be talking about like their car problems or something like that. And because they told me about it, it's in my head and I'm thinking about them, but I'm still worried about myself. So it's like, it's kind of hard to like do my own thing while thinking about other people. So how did you move and be like, I can't talk to certain people just off the strength of I'm getting myself together, not because they're a problem, but I just can't be talking to too many people for my own sanity type shit.
Right. I actually got a really good friend that I do this to sometimes. I don't like try to like, so when I'm going, how do I say this without really saying this? Like I said, there's certain things in my life I want to keep kind of hidden, but okay, let me go to another example. For example, there was this girl that I was cool with, and I knew her since I was basically a kid. And, as we grew up, I started to notice that, me and her were changing. Like, I was going through my own thing. She was going through her own thing. So we would be there for each other. But what I noticed that she was projecting her negativity and a lot of her BS onto me, making it seem like I was the problem. Like, I'm the reason why this is happening. And she wasn't doing it like super directly, but I can just tell that that's what was going on. Like, kind of blaming me here and there. And I'm just like, dude, I think she said she had told me, no, you changed, man. Like, you're not the same. I'm like, I'm not supposed to stay the same. I'm a grown ass woman. I'm not a child no more. We're not kids. We don't have these same sleepovers. We having different conversations right now. We really going through life right now. Like, I would love to be there for people. The people that I was cool with in the past that I cut off, I would love to be there for them, but I noticed that they weren't there for me. I was overextending myself, being there for them, talking to them about their boyfriend problems and shit like that. And they weren't even they would be there, but they wasn't there. And it was just like, what's the point? Like, what's the point? People like that, I had no problem cutting off, but like people I have right now, I think an issue I do have is I have social anxiety, and I tend to self-isolate a lot, where a lot of people or tell them like, I don't want to, not that I don't want to deal with them when what they got going on. I'm still there for a lot of people in my life who I, hear hope ditch in my heart. Is just that when I'm really going through something, I'm trying to figure out what's my next step, I kind of self-isolate and tend to reflect. And then in my reflection, I tend to do it to the point where people think that I don't want to hang out with them. I don't really like them. But I try to communicate with them the best way possible and let them know, like just for this weekend or maybe a week ago, I told my homegirl, like, I apologize. I was self-isolating now, and she understood that. And I think that I hopefully answer your question. I think it works both ways, that both people have to put effort in a relationship, whether it's a friendship, boyfriend, girlfriend, family member, like it has to work both ways. And that's why those other relationships in the past I had did not work both ways. There was no reciprocity. It was just me feeling like me helping you, giving you all the advice, showing up for you, doing this for you, but then you don't do nothing for me. I even had girlfriends sit there and like throw shit back in my face, stuff that I've told them, like act like a whole op to me in my face. And I'm just like, why? Like that, like I said, there was no reciprocity. And I used to tell her I used to even continued in those friendships thinking that, these people, that's just them, they may be going through something and they don't know how to deal with it. But when that kept going on, and not just that, friendship with that girl, but just other people, I started to notice, like, bro, these people are really just taking advantage of me at this point. There's no reciprocity in this. I can't do this no more. And I didn't necessarily like cut them off and say, I can't be your friend no more. I would literally just ghost, which is not the best. Can y'all hear me? It says my internet.
Yeah, we can hear you.
I kind of ghosted them, which, like I said, it's not good to do that. But I felt like I had to slip away somehow. And I don't do confrontation. Some people, they don't understand. They're like, oh, why you don't want to be friends with me? I'm like, man, forget that. I'm gone. Like, if they, sometimes we always don't get closure for certain things. And I had to learn how to be okay with that. Like, I don't want to go back and rehash nothing with those people. Don't want to tell them why I left. I left because I left.
Yeah, I feel like for those, like
I'm the type of person, like, I'll stick around. I'll really be there for you, right? I'm just like, when I'm not there in your life anymore, trust and believe you will notice I'm no longer there. That's why some people come back in my phone on some goofy stuff, be like, oh, hey, no, bye. I may say, okay, cool, take care. When I hit you with that take care, that means I'm done with you forever. There's no way you can even be my friend no more. Like, I'm just done with it. I was never a malicious, terrible person to anybody. That's how I know. I was just like, nothing is being reciprocated back to me. And when I let go of those people, I noticed that I actually had some real ones come to my life. Like meeting TJ and Kendrick and them like that. So it's just like other people started to pop up. Hopefully that answered your question. If not, I do apologize.
You got it. That's great.
Yeah, like, I think I'll just stop right there. I can get more into it, but it's just, I don't know. I'm still learning how to not let people's actions dictate my emotions. And that's really hard, because as humans, we crave emotion. Even if you have those men that act like they hard and they don't want to, we all want that somebody or that friendship or that friend group, or we all want connection. That's how we live, we connect with one another. And I'm starting to learn how to say, like, okay, Seyoun, is this person projecting onto you? If so, remove yourself from that situation, let them cool off, go do something else, talk to them another day. Don't let this person actions affect your emotions. Just like I literally went off on my sister a week ago, like literally exploded on her. And I don't really do that a lot. That's unless I'm really pissed off about something, and I allowed her, whatever she did, really get to me. And I'm trying to get to the point where I can really look at somebody and say, like, I know what you're doing. I know that you hurt. I know that you projected onto me. I know that, what you may or may not be doing is malicious or not, but I'm strong within myself to the point where whatever you throw at me is going to bounce right back at you or go somewhere else. So I'm trying to learn how to be strong within myself. And for me to be strong with myself, I have to connect with my vulnerability. I feel like a lot of things are attached to my vulnerability, me being vulnerable, me actually connecting with my emotions, me being aware that if I'm feeling a certain way, actually put up a healthy boundary and address that feeling. Even if I have to confront somebody and let them know, like, hey, you hurt me or something. I could have did that with the people in the past I'm no longer friends with, but I wasn't at that point in my life. I wasn't ready to do that. So that's why I left the way I did. So, yeah.
That's dope. It sounds like you stopped playing the victim like mindset and like you like kind of was like,
Yeah.
all right, I'm gonna just deal with this.
Yeah, sometimes if you actually got people in your circle that truly understand you for who you are and accept you and love you, I feel like when you do self-reflect, and they don't really hear from you, but you still check it in with them, like they know what's up because they going through the same thing. That's why we got to get rid of those relationships or those people in our life that's not for us. We really have to truly see who's really for me and not. And then when you manifest those people in your life, it won't even be something that's hard. It won't be something you got to put unnecessary effort in. It's reciprocity. Like they understand what you're going through. I understand what you're going through. For a week, I'm finna be off the deep end. I'm finna just be quiet because, I got a lot of self-reflection to do. That person, they understand that. They don't think that you don't like them no more. And I had friends like that do that to me, tell me, I get called so antisocial. I don't like that. I don't like when people call me antisocial because I actually do have an issue with that, especially social anxiety. There's times where I almost had an actual anxiety attack in public because when I'm bombarded by people's energy, I don't know how to deal with that yet. I don't know how to transmute all that energy into something positive or calm myself down in a social situation. So I was looking for people that can truly understand me, not sit there and call me antisocial because it does piss me off. So I got this friend who actually understands how I am. She actually appreciates that. She don't make me feel weird. Like when I'm in a public place and I let her know, like, I'm really tired. I feel drained. I'm gonna go home. She said, all right, I understand. She'll walk me out to my car, text me, whatever. And then everything is cool. It's never an argument that me and her ever have. She never say, what's wrong with you? You acting weird today. Like you was being rude. Like, and I was in front of people and talking. It was somebody else's birthday. And I told her I want to apologize. I didn't want to, people to make it feel like I was didn't want to be around them. I just needed my time alone. I needed to go back and withdraw. And she truly understood that. And that's what I mean by finding somebody in your circle that really appreciates you, because that shit is refreshing. That gives you energy. Knowing there's people that's for you, that's not going to sit there and blame you for anything. Even if they know you got something going on, they're not going to throw it back in your face. They're going to be there to know, man, that's okay. And I think that's what I yearned for so long in a lot of the relationships that I had. It's like, damn, why is it that I can have compassion and have empathy for your situation, but you can't do that to me? Like you can't, like why? Why is that? So that's why I don't really feel bad about leaving people behind. And even if the people I will leave behind in the future, I don't feel bad about it either, just because I'm starting to peep certain things. So yeah.
I feel like communication is the biggest thing. As long as if you make it clear that like, hey, I'm going through something to your friends, and they're like, okay, then they'll get it. But if you just ghosted them, they had no idea, then that's another thing. Because I feel like not in my friendships, because all my friends dudes, but I've seen this for girls in their friendships where one of their friends don't talk to them for a few days. They just assume like, oh, snap, like she don't mess with me. Don't never have the conversation like, hey, like what's going on? You feel a certain way. Just like assume like, well, just trying to look at the situation and come to a conclusion by yourself. There's probably dudes that do that too. I just have seen it in friendships with girls. So it's like, I don't know. I feel like communication is the biggest thing, because some people might want to be there for you. They just don't know what's going on. But if you letting them know that and they still acting like that, then yeah, it's time to move on.
Right. Yeah, and that's what I'm trying to get at right now is learn how to speak up and say something. Because I think when I start speaking up and showing up for myself first, and that lets people know that what's really going on. I think that's what I do with this podcast, letting people know what's going on little by little. Not necessarily revealing everything, just because on mental level, I'm not ready to like just come out and say a lot of stuff, because I know that if I do get some pushback from people, I don't know how it's probably going to affect me in a negative way. So, yeah. And I do wish I kind of communicated that with people in the past, but then again, it's like, everything happened for a reason. I wasn't in that mindset for a reason. I wasn't ready for it. So I think, I definitely agree with you saying. I'm learning how to communicate better, and my anxiety get the best of me, so it'll just like let me know, like, hey, don't say that, because they finna just probably be on some other shit. But that's just me being in my head. So it's a journey. It's definitely a process, and I definitely have to give myself compassion first and foremost, so I can learn how to actually address certain things when it comes to, that time.
Yeah. I was gonna ask the guys, do y'all feel like y'all ever had any like friendships or anything like this before? Because I'm trying to think in my head of friends that I had, even like close friends. I just feel like I've been lucky enough to, I haven't had nobody feel like they using me or always coming to me with their problems. Maybe, but if I do, I feel like whoever that was, it was probably short. So we weren't friends that long. But do y'all feel like y'all ever had any friendships like that?
No.
Big time. Nah, go ahead, Nate. You were saying something?
I know I said I don't think I really had any like friend problem like that. I mean, I might actually for me, I think it's kind of like family where like kind of like that. It's kind of some family be like, already got like problems or already got like some drama with them. I'm like, come on, yo. Like, why y'all coming to Philly? This and this and this, or like call the phone. Oh, your cousin doing this, or you this and that. I'm like, hey, I don't want to hear you. I'm like, come on. I'm like, come on. You always got drama, got problems, but yeah. But I mean, not for friends wise. I mean, I think been cool. Like, it's a good balance, communication and everything. So
yeah.
Nah, for me in college, I went through a lot of issues. Like sometimes, like I noticed, like through my situations, like a lot of people were using me because I had money or like, I always had a car because I worked and stuff. And then like you could see the friends that be there just because they want to ride. And then the friends, like when you go through something and like, oh, Rob pay for your oil change, or I help you do this, or X, Y, and Z. And it's like, oh, okay, I see that. Or like even when you're down and you're sad about a situation, where they're like, yo, I'll take you out to eat. Let's just talk and do that. So like, yo, I can see like friends that'll be there, they use you for a resource for their personal gain. And it just sucks because it takes like a lot of times, like for me, it took like a tragic event to notice who was really there and who wasn't. So it is what it is.
Yeah.
I was gonna say, I don't think I've been through something like that, but kind of what you were saying, like in college, I feel like freshman year especially, there's a whole bunch of friends that I made that like, I feel like they weren't like my friends, they're like more like acquaintances, but I didn't know that at the time. Like I was just like, I want to be with some people, I don't want to be alone. And then we would go to parties and sometimes they would leave me at the parties by myself. I would turn and be like, yo.
Oh, wow.
Like
that's out of
pocket.
pocket.
So it's like, I didn't cut them off, but like I peeped it. And I was like, cool, like you guys are lower on my friend list. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, for sure.
So, like I'm not really used to like cutting people off, but I peep stuff and I like push them below. Like my real friends now, you know what I'm saying? Like y'all in my close circle, you know what I'm saying?
It's like, okay,
Yeah, or you can even just like kind of fall back and don't involve yourself with them too much. Like right. Even if, because they may even need you as a friend. You may be that good person that only good friend in their friend group that they can trust. So it's like, like I said, I'm still learning. Like, so I'm not saying everything that I do is like the best. It may just coming from me being a victim of my own circumstance. So I'm still learning how to like healthily like push people to like, just distance myself from people, not necessarily X amount of my life. But when it comes to family, that's, distance myself. But friends and people that I used to know, I'm just like, okay, how do I do this? And I don't know. I just don't like confrontation. I don't like having that conversation, really. It's not that I'm scared. It's just like, I think I have these weird expectations that the conversation is going to go left. And honestly, I think it's a little different with women. Like, we're a little dramatic. I ain't gonna lie. We're a little more dramatic. About certain stuff.
For real. Like y'all really got to work on that because like I feel like friends, like girlfriends, like their relationship be done in like a day, and they be friends for like 15 years, and they be done.
But like she said, like when they get in arguments and start saying stuff like real personal, I'm like, dang, I ain't never. If somebody told me something real like tragic that happened to them or something they did, we get an argument, I ain't about to bring it up. Like if you said like, oh man, I remember in college one time, I was like, I don't know what was going on. I couldn't make it back to the bathroom, and I had an accident. I'm like, dang, nigga, you 20, we shouldn't have done that. I ain't gonna tell nobody this when we in an argument. Right. Girls, they'll start bringing that stuff out. It's like whoa, like I told you that in confidence. I think you gonna tell nobody else that. It's like dudes, I think with dudes, like if we gonna get in an argument, we like real mad. Worst case scenario is they gonna fight. This dude gonna fight it out. And we're probably still gonna be cool after that. That's the worst thing. But girls, man, I'll be attacking the heart.
I'll be trying to take each other heads off and then
I was with a friend with a girl for like 12 years. Like we stayed around the corner for each other, everything, and now we don't talk at all. And I'm not like that messed up about it just because we would argue, not be friends. A few years go by and we talk to each other again, but I saw how that cycle was just not for me no more, because I noticed like I used to tell her, because she used to hang around with messy people from my high school. I'm telling you, people from my high school was messy as hell. And I used to tell her, like, we grown ass women right now, and you got these girls that you work with that we used to know in high school bringing up the same old shit, asking you questions. And I'm telling her, stop hanging out with them. They're not your actual friends. Man, next thing I know, she keep coming back and forth with me. Just long story short, it's just drama. I don't like the he said, she said, because you put me in the middle when this is none of my business. And I know how us girls we can get upset. Like, we're like, okay, so you knew. It's like, it's putting me in an awkward position. It's like, stop telling me about drama. I don't care about it no more. I've literally moved on my life, went to a whole different college for an exact reason to get away from y'all's ass. That's why I did not go to school in Fort Worth. I did not want to run into y'all no more. I really want to get away from y'all, meet new people. But here we are, still talking about the same stuff. And me and her would get in arguments about petty things. I'm like, bro, this should not be this hard. And like, it hurt because me and her have been friends for so long. And like, you know, that was my day one, but I had to really be honest with myself, like, bro, this friendship, like, really look at the friendship. Like, look at where it's going. She was mad because I was changing shit. If me and her was friends now, she'd still be mad. Because I will forever be changing. Like, I'm on my spiritual journey. I'm not going to be the same person I'm now a few years later. Like, I'm 25. Just now getting into it, it's just like, people who don't, when people see you change for the better, you doing good, you smiling, you got some good energy around you, you really doing healing work, that's going to make some people uncomfortable. And even though it's going to make them uncomfortable, because it's going to cause a change in them. Because some people don't want to change. They're comfortable with their life. They're comfortable with the same friends. They're comfortable with everything that they do. So when they see you doing that, it's kind of like it's going to cause like a chain reaction. They be like, damn, do I have to change too? Do I have to do this? And those are the people that you got to watch out for, because, you know, people change on their own. You know, everybody has their own spiritual healing journey, so I can't get mad at that. However, when people fault you for changing and want to be a better person and really want to connect with yourself, then those are people I can't mess with them. I gotta get rid of it. So.
I got you. So through this journey, right? How would you divide the different stages? Like, you say you're going through the healing process right now. So what's going to come after the healing process? You're going to be on some flex mode, like, look good, bitches. Like, what's up?
Yeah, it's going to be like some enlightenment stuff. So I think the first stage I had went through was denial. I was just like, I don't know what the hell this is. This is weird. This is awkward. You know, when your perception shifts, everything around you shifts as well. It's not just about you anymore. It's everybody else. You're going to look at them different. And that's scary, especially growing up with the same people, that family. When you truly see people for who they really are, whether it's good or bad, it's a scary thing, because it's like, damn, like, I actually, like, now you have that option. Do I really want to mess with these people? It's like denial. Like, I want to deny that whole process. And then like I said, I have to be vague about this, but I was really upset at one point in my journey, really upset about a lot of stuff that was going on in my life, the way people have treated me in the past. I blamed myself for that because I wasn't strong within myself. I was insecure, and I was like, why would you let this dude do you like this? Why would you let this girl talk to you like this? Like, I had this voice in my head that was just nothing but negativity, and I was living off of that. Like, and I was manifesting that in my life as well. So I was manifesting the same type of people, low energy, low vibration. And then when I kind of got out of that, you know, being sad or whatever, I moved on to that next phase where I start the healing work. I start doing work. I start looking up journal prompts, listening to other people who's doing the same thing as me, like using my own discernment, using what actually worked for me on my path, connecting to my inner child, because we, you know, of course, we are all children at heart. So learning how to nurture myself and love myself and be honest. And, you know, And then right now it's just the healing process. I feel like it's the longest because this world is so unpredictable. I can't sit here and predict what anybody's going to do or anybody's action. So whatever happens, happens. So I got to learn how to adapt with it. And I think that's what this healing, the stage is, like learning how to adapt and really make sure that, you know, you good within yourself, whatever comes your way. And even if you're not good, then you can then start to work on that, especially if you end up triggered or things like that. So this, did I answer your question?
Yeah, I mean, you talked about two of the stages. I was just asking because me and Ant actually went to the barbershop this one time, and this barber was wrapping me up. He was talking about how he got out of jail and everything, and he was saying,
me another haircut.
I'm not going back there, but he was saying like everybody has to go through like a restart process, and I was like, a restart process? What you talking about? He was like, everything you've learned has been from like your parents or people around you, your environment and stuff like that. But you really got to look back and like just dissect everything and look for things in like your opinion. Like your name was chosen by somebody else. Your social status was chosen by somebody else. All that stuff was not up to you. So like you really got to go back and be like, do I actually like this stuff? Do I believe in this? Do I want this in my life? So when he said that, I was like, that's some smart shit. I never thought about life like that. Like, I really got to go back and just, I don't know, choose stuff for myself, not others.
Right. There's actually like stages of actual spiritual awakening online. Like they actually have numbers for them. But when I first looked at that, I was like, I don't know, does this resonate with me? Like I feel like I'm going back and forth from healing process to being sad to being in denial. It's like when it comes to stages, it's not linear. It doesn't go 1, 2, 3, 4. Sometimes you're gonna be at 1. Sometimes you may even be at 8 where you feel enlightened. And next thing you know, you back in 1, then you back at 3. So it's like I've been back and forth. Like that growth is like, it's crazy. It's just like 3 steps forward, 4 steps back, 10 steps forward, 2 steps back. It's like this switch, but it may sound confusing, it may sound exhausting, but in reality, it's really not. Because when you end your path and you know what's going on, you know that you growing from that. And at the end of the day, at the end of that tunnel, you're gonna be a lot stronger than you were before. So it's it depends on who you ask. If you even ask somebody else in their spiritual journey, they probably tell you something completely different.
Right. Well, how do you know that one ends and you on to the next one?
When I'm tired of that same cycle. So for example, when it came to my romantic life, when I kept manifesting dudes that were emotionally unavailable, who didn't really care, who only wanted to, do what they wanted to do. And when I got to that point, that phase, I was like, because I was really like, it really hurt me. And then because it made me feel like I wasn't enough. It made me feel a lot of things. It made me feel like nobody ever wants to be with me. Like I had friends that were in relationships and my single ass was just still trying to figure out what I was doing. I was like, damn, like what's wrong with me? That's what I was thinking when I was going through that cycle. But then when at the end of that cycle, I said, no, I'm the shit. Like, I don't care what nobody's saying. My energy is unmatched. The reason why these dudes came and went is because they couldn't deal with the shit that I had going on. They couldn't deal with my energy. They couldn't match it. They wasn't in alignment with what I had going on, where I was going. Like, and that's why they're gone. So when I got to that end of that cycle, I knew I was ready. I was like, I'm done manifesting the same type of dudes. Like, I'm ready to really work on myself. And if my soulmate, whoever come along the way, then that's great. But still, at the end of the day, I'm not. Now I can see the bullshit for what it is. So if some dude at the universe throws somebody else at me, I know for a fact what you on. Like you can't even like get even a couple words in me. If I feel your energy is off and I know what you on, like what you about, I'm like, hell no. No thank you. And people think that dudes have said certain things about me where they said that I'm a tease or like, I don't know, it's like they try to, I don't know, guys are assholes sometimes. They really are. They say certain things just because I don't want to sleep with them. I don't want to do what they want me to do. It's like, no, I know what you're about. These other girls who obviously, I don't know what's going on with them, can't speak for that. But I know what you're about. Like every time you say something, it's just bullshit. It's blah, blah, blah. Like I don't even hear your words no more. Like I see what you're about. And that's how I am. Like when I go out, like I literally shut people down. And not to be rude, it's just because like I know it's just not for me. And when whoever is going to come is for me, I will definitely know. It'll be like on an energetic level. It'll be that feeling will be unmatched. So yeah, that's how I knew I was done with that cycle, when I was done putting myself through that.
Yeah. I know that's right.
Yeah. I've been an eyewitness to us shutting dudes down too. It's pretty funny.
Oh my God. When we first went out, I think it was for TJ's birthday. You know, I didn't really know them. I only knew them through Jalen, but man, these dudes are creepy. Like, I don't know. Maybe it's the COVID. Like what's wrong with just addressing the girl and say, hi, you doing? You're really pretty. My name is whatever. And then leading off of that, why you gotta come up to me, whisper in my ear some old disgusting shit? Your breath smell like alcohol. I don't want your hand on my waist. Literally pulling me close to them like we in some music video. Like, no. I literally be looking at them like, who do you think you are, sir? Get the hell away from me. And then I tell Deshante, no, I'm like, just pop up. And their belt just pop up out of nowhere, and the dude be like, I was like, thank you. And they were like,
she told us to stay with us. As soon as we leave, somebody come up. I was like, dang. I'm like, they are going, bro. I was like, I'm just trying to go see TJ real quick, see what he on with these wings. Come back, boom.
Yeah.
Two dudes over there. They trying to give them drinks. I'm like, dang.
But I use you for your drinks. I mean, I gotta watch you, the dude, pour it, because I'm not with it. But shit, you want to spend your money on me? Cool. I had dudes do that, and I literally lied to them. I said, "Oh, I'm from Alabama. My name is Brianna." Bullshit. And then me and my homegirl will just exit the scene and then be out of there. And honestly, I think those dudes know, because they don't never say nothing afterwards. Some of them be like, "Hey, you want to go to the strip club?" Nope. No, I don't. Don't want to go nowhere else with you. We in this bar. I'm finna spend your money. You finna keep buying shots. Me and my girls. That's what we finna do. And then I'm finna go. And you know, it's crazy. I don't even bring my wallet no more. I may bring my ID or whatever, but man,
that is a luxury.
I have not spent no money on no drink in a minute. Like,
must be nice.
There you go.
Real
yeah, I know
must
it's
be.
real nice.
That's the reason why
I feel like if I was a girl for a day, I just go to the club and get free drinks. That's
I leave my wallet at home. Huh?
I leave my wallet at home. I'm sipping water. No ice in it.
Can I get a cup of water, not a bottle?
That's what 7th Street is for. That's what 7th Street for. They really notorious on that. They
7th Street. Them folks weirdos. I never forget when some girl came up to me and TJ talking about we got some Coke. We were like,
what?
No. I was like, why did you even think that? We just adorable clothes. I was like,
Hey,
that is hilarious. No, we need to go out again. Like, even if y'all are there, like, even though y'all seem like really cool people. So, but of course, Shante and they be on one.
We really don't be trying to go out. Sure, I got COVID during Christmas break.
Me
TJ
too.
got it. TJ got it too.
Damn.
So I was like, do I want to go out? Now, I've been told since I already had COVID, I can't get it again for 3 months, but I still don't want to just be going out to go out.
Right.
So, and it's cold now, so if it warm back up again. But this 32-degree weather made me want to stay inside.
You don't know what cold is, boy.
Right, man, it's snowing outside right now.
I only come to Baltimore in the summertime.
It's
19 right now.
No, it actually feels really good. I don't even have a jacket. Like, the sun is giving me life right now. Maybe because I'm sitting in it. That's why I'm warm.
Man,
I do know what cold is, because in Northwest Arkansas, where I went to school at, it snowed. And sometimes it did snow. It just be like 15 degrees and the wind blowing. So you still going to class in this terrible weather. So
that's like
I know cold.
Hey,
I had my power go out a few times on Christmas. They just wanted to snow the day after. It's like, I know cold. Texas don't know cold, but yeah.
No.
You are not brushing your beard right now, bro. Stop it.
Yo,
I saw Nate with the beard comb earlier. I was like, I feel like I got the same one to just do with the brush.
Why don't y'all let this man live his best life? Let him brush his beard.
Bro, why you doing it? Why you doing it so slow?
Yo, is it bothering you?
You're doing it too slow, bro. Like,
yeah, I gotta make sure I get all the bristles in the hair together.
Y'all are hilarious.
Get it stuck in it. You gonna get it stuck in the beard.
Yo.
We gonna need a new brush after this.
My model video, bro.
Mm-hmm. Like, this is an ad for whatever that brush company is right now. If you use my code ANT15, get 15% off this brush. Gonna be like, all proceeds go to charity. Nah, you get your cut, sir.
That's funny.
All proceeds go to light-skinned niggas. Like,
Hey, yo, I'll take it, yo. No problem with that.
The light and bright only.
Y'all are funny.
just fucking with you, man. We love, all love, man.
Of course.
Y'all know, I got that one friend I gotta just, give hell to all the time.
Oh yeah, that's definitely him. He asked for it, so it's okay.
Yeah, I literally walk in sometimes and it's just like all the jokes just run in. I'm like, bro, I just came here. Like, yo, what's up?
Well, shit. Yeah. But, you got any more questions? You want to talk about my art or anything? Or y'all ain't trying to hear that?
Yeah. Let's hear about the art. Let's see what you be.
Tell
us how you got into that. How did that start?
Oh my gosh. So long story short, as a kid, I had a younger sister and she's very talented in what she do. She can sing, dance, draw. And that attention was never put on me. Like, your parents encourage you to do something. They're like, oh, you're really good at sports. I'm put you in for blah, blah, blah. You good at this. Like, I wasn't good at drawing. So I kind of was told, like, artists are born. You're not made. You can't just be an artist. So, shot my shit down. I was like, you know what, whatever. So growing up thinking I can't draw, when I started going to those little paintings with my friends, I would get so frustrated because it didn't look how I wanted to look. I'm comparing my shit to other people. And then, in my head, I'm thinking I can't never be an artist. I'm a perfectionist. Like this career would never work out for me. Man, I moved my ass to Austin, the best period of my life, just because I was staying alone in Austin and I had the best time. And out of nowhere, I said, let me start drawing. Shit, COVID, I'm in the house. Let me start drawing. So I started watching videos, how to draw profiles, eyes, noses. I kept practicing, kept painting shit. And I was like, oh, I'm actually pretty good at this. Like, I'm getting really good at this. It's kind of scary, but let me keep doing it. Fast forward, I got an Instagram for my art now. I'm just starting it. I don't really like Instagram or even social media at that, but I knew I need to get myself out there in the art community. I'm drawing shit. I'm actually shading things. I'm really getting good. I'm like, damn, like maybe I could do this, maybe on the side. And that's kind of how that started. Like, I'm really a self-made artist. I feel like maybe it was in me the whole entire time. It's just that was another part of me I didn't get to tap into. And shit, that is connected to my spirituality as well. Like,
or maybe it was the pressure.
Yeah, it was just like, it was something that was in me that I just chose to ignore. But when I actually explored that side of myself, I started to see like art is fun. It also allows me to connect with my inner child because, as children, we like to have fun. We like to get messy. We like to paint, draw, go hang out. It's like, that was a exercise for me to connect with my inner child. And when it comes to my artwork, I channel spirit through my artwork. So a lot of the stuff that, hopefully that y'all will see in the future, a lot of it has a spiritual background too. So for example, I drew something that represented stagnation and represented, like it was like a vine wrapped around somebody's legs, but you can see them walking up a mountain, like they walking on their spiritual journey. So I wanted to really apply, not just to me, but everybody else in the world, like telling them like, we all have the power to let go of these illusions that we tend to create for ourselves. We all have the power to let go of those toxic relationships that's no longer serving us. It's like, because we put this illusion in our head that I'm stuck here. I'm stuck in my certain path. I'm stagnant. I'll never move. I'll never get past this. But you really will, because, we're co-creators. We're creators of our own reality. We're super powerful, multi-dimensional beings. So that's why I want to channel my artwork and let people know, like, no matter what walk of life, what religion you believe in, you are a powerful, multi-dimensional human being. You can do anything you put your mind to. And hopefully I'm able to connect with people like that and allow them to connect with other people and influence them to do that within their own community, because I feel like artwork is a great medium and a great way to channel a message to a lot of people. So when they see it, hopefully it'll spark an emotion in them, really make them reflect on what they got going on in their own life and allow them to actually like really dig deep and really connect with their inner child, connect with their wife, their kids, and connect with themselves. So I can't really speak for all the artwork I have now just because it's a lot, but I'm at this phase in my my art journey is I'm kind of, it's the B word. I call it the B word. It's called blocked, creative block. This guy I actually met at an event. He told me not to say that because I'm manifesting that for myself. So if you say I'm creatively blocked, then you're gonna be blocked. So that's why I try not to say the actual word. But I have not been painting or anything. I've been buying canvases and drawing them like crazy just because there's a certain insecurity that's within me that's scared to actually tap into my actual artwork, just because it also allows people to tap into my own emotions and to see how I'm really feeling at that moment in my life. Because when I'm channeling my artwork, I'm not only channeling spirit, I'm channeling myself. I'm putting my emotions there. So when people want an explanation for my art, then I'm gonna have to stand there and tell them that this is what I was going through at that point in my life. This is how I feel about it, and this is where this artwork stemmed from. It stemmed from inside of me because I was going through something that I feel like nobody understood. So it helped me create this masterpiece. And that's why I'm kind of scared. That's why I haven't been painting. It's because I'm just trying to learn how to really tap into that and really get into my full potential. So, everything, it comes all, full circle into my art. To my spirituality. So yeah, like everything I say on here, it's not just some simple, it's all connected. Everything in my life, I'm starting to see it's all connected in a way. It's beautiful, but it's still hard for me to really digest. I came from a background of being a practical person. I put myself through a master's program. I was like, okay, I'm gonna get this master's degree. I'm gonna be an accountant. I'm gonna work my way up in the firm, be a CFO, all that boring shit. And when my reality got shooken up, I didn't know how to feel about that. I was just like, I don't understand. And my spirit guide's telling me like, it's okay. Like, we're holding your hand. When you walk into the unknown, know that it's not because we trying to trick you. It's because there is something down this path that's actually for you. And you meant to talk to people. You meant to help people, help heal people, and help heal yourself. And if I never filled out that program, I never would have made my podcast. I would have made my Instagram for my artwork, trying to get myself out there. I never would have put myself out there socially to go out to events alone, to talk to people, because that's something I don't like doing, but I did it anyway. I wouldn't be talking to y'all. I wouldn't have time for my artwork. I just wouldn't have time to even try to plan any business idea that I have for the future. So it's like I said, it's all connected and everything happened for a reason for me to be, where I am right now.
That's what's up. Have you been to any of the art galleries out in Dallas? I know it's a Black-owned one that opened up, I think pretty recently.
What is it called?
Let me look it up, because I had saw it. I was thinking about going to it.
I've actually went to 2 art events. I was actually able to meet some really great people that I may talk to, have them guest star on my podcast. But
I think it's called Daisha Board Gallery.
I think I heard of that because somebody I follow posted something like that. But I'm signing up for more, art events. I may even, once I get the courage, it's all about courage, you guys. I will then go into a pop-up shop and probably just showcase my artwork. I'm really trying to get into NFTs. I heard people making money off of that for some reason. So I gotta do my.
That has been the move. I ain't got me a little from that basketball game.
It is nice. You get some nice coins.
Yeah, I gotta.
And you have to talk to us about that on one podcast. If you're the NFT guy now,
you're about
to have to break it down one day. Maybe next
one.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm not an artist, but I know the technology, and if you want to get plugged in and make some coins, yeah.
I
sound like a podcast episode.
Yeah, y'all should do that because I need to know more about that. Also, I signed up for an art residency program. So I don't know if you ever heard of them. It allows you to, there's many around the world, it doesn't matter, but it allows you to really tap into your creativity. So you're gonna be surrounded by other artists. So you'll stay there for a certain amount of time. Y'all meet curators, people who own art galleries. You get to talk to people about your artwork. And I think that would be a great opportunity for me, especially if I get in, just because it'll give me even more inspiration and courage to do what other people are doing, because there's really nothing standing in my way, if I'm being honest with y'all. I'm the only person that stands in my way a lot of the time. And me knowing that, it's actually hard. You think like you would know if you stand in your own way, you would just get out the way, but it's never that simple. It's so many things attached to why I stand in my own way when it comes to great opportunities. But even if I don't get in, it's fine. And I think I'll just take that as it's not my time yet, or maybe there's another opportunity coming. But I think it'll help me get out of my comfort zone because, I don't like going and talking to people just by myself. I'd rather somebody approach me and be like, hey, my anxiety starts to, flare up a little bit. So I'm starting to learn how to be comfortable in social settings. And if I'm going to be an artist, I'm going to have to tell people about my art. I'm going to have to do it at some point. So I have to get over that insecurity of mine. So especially when it comes to me telling the story behind why I made what I made, this masterpiece or this drawing. It's like, it makes me nervous even thinking about it right now. But that's good shit.
Yeah. Thanks for sharing that.
So now we got 2 artists on the podcast at the moment.
We do.
Do we? Who?
I make music.
Oh, turn up. That's live. Y'all need to follow me on Instagram. I need more followers and stuff like that. Honestly, you know me. I might mess around and actually delete my Instagram. I'm weird like that. I had an Instagram like a couple years ago. I was on there posting pictures, and next thing I know, I fall off the face of the earth. Everybody texting me like, "What happened to your profile?" I was like, "Girl, I don't want this shit no more. I'm done." I already had a little taste of what this Instagram was like. It's too much. It's too much on here. It was like I felt like I was reaching for validation from people I know damn well I didn't know validation from. I was like, no.
Yeah, I'm about to say that's when social media started getting banned, when people started reaching for validation and stuff. I'm like, I'm on here for sports and memes, so I really ain't tripping. But if you look at you obsessed with the likes and all that stuff,
yeah,
you go all downhill from there. I'm just here for a good time.
Not alone.
No, facts.
Yeah, I don't know, like I don't feel like Instagram is like they've been doing too much for like influencers and stuff like that. Like that's the thing. Every time influencers have a bigger platform on there.
Because they're making money off of it. Them influencers, they ain't doing it for free.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, once folks start making money, that's when it started going crazy. It's the same with YouTube and Twitch and stuff like that. Like on Twitch, I think like somebody they got banned for, I guess because they for some reason it got into a meta where folks would just watch full TV shows or movies on there, which of course that's copyright, so that's a problem.
Yep.
But some people got like, I think they got banned on Twitch for like 48 hours. Some people got banned like indefinitely. With all the big Twitch streamers, of course, they barely got banned, but the ones that were smaller, they can't come back because whoever the biggest, you're making the most money, so we're gonna keep you on there. So that's how it is. It seems like with all the places, though.
Sure. I guess the last thing is saw that you're up and coming business consultant. So kind of tap a little bit to that, see how that is.
Okay, I was super excited about that because it just makes me happy. But so after I got rejected, because I had an offer with the Big Four and I got rejected. So I was like, damn, well, what the hell am I gonna do now? Shit. I never saw myself being a damn auditor. That's if the people that really know me the most know I need to be on my feet. I need to be doing something. I need to be, just like I got too much energy to be sitting my ass at some desk or at some damn conference table just doing nothing. Honestly, auditing is boring as shit and they don't get paid nothing.
They don't get paid.
Because where that money is going? It's going to them damn partners. It's going to the partners. That's why they get paid shit. And I felt like the only reason why I put myself through that is because okay, I want my own business. That's the end goal for me, to have my own business and to support other small local businesses with my consulting, because I feel like these mom and pop shops are what keeps our communities together. I don't think these corporations, they don't do too much good shit for the community. Maybe there's some that do, but for the most part, I think it's all just some big ass agenda with them. But I was like, okay, I got rejected. I was like, what is next for me? Stagnant as hell. And I was like, you know what? Why do I have to wait to start my consulting firm? Like, why do I need to wait until I'm in my fucking 30s? Why do I need to wait to do anything? Because if I do it now and it works out, then that's great. But if I, just rejecting, but man, it's like a wasted opportunity. So I was like, you know what? I'm gonna get on Y Combinator. So Y Combinator allows you to meet up with other founders, people who start their own company who need help. So I was like, okay, maybe this way I can offer some consulting advice, because I don't, me just being the only consultant within my own thing, I was just like, oh, well, I'm not gonna be able to get paid just yet, just because I don't have that experience. Because ain't nobody finna pay me if they don't know the past work that I done. Like, I'm just being realistic. So I was like, okay. So I go in there and make a profile. Shit was real slow for a minute. And then a founder had, matched me. She was like, oh, I really like your picture. You look very confident, all this and this and that. And, I think you'd be a good asset to the team, because I really need somebody to help me. And I was like, I thought about the idea. I was like, it's all right, but it could be better. So I was like, okay, shit, Sarah. That's how you where you supposed to be when you out here making side notes and shit about somebody else's business without them actually knowing. So I was like, okay, I'm gonna go in, I'm gonna be a co-founder. But me being even though it's not a consultant, me being a co-founder will actually help me hone in on my skills as being a consultant. Because since I'm like basically the COO of what we got going on right now, I can help with the operation and the strategy side of everything. So that'll help me develop even more new skills. So when I do decide to branch out on my own, I will have, some credibility to back it up. And, things have been really slow with that, because when I was at UT, I had helped 2 startups in Austin. I was actually working with 2 startup companies in Austin. So I was just like, I know what it's like to work with a startup. I know the challenges, and a lot of startups actually need that type of help, because a lot of these interns or people that come from these established companies will come into these startups thinking that, oh, this is going to be fun, this is going to be a great adventure, but they get burnt out quickly because they can't deal with the setbacks. They can't deal with the challenges that come with actually starting a company from the ground up. So I said, that's my competitive advantage. That's where I can help these companies, help consultants, because although it's great to have somebody who has experience, they need somebody who actually understands what they're going through, to understand the challenges, because it makes it a lot better. If I can relate to these people and actually help them, then that's where, I can actually make my, get some market share, really, put myself out there. Let's fast forward. I actually just got an opportunity to be another co-founder of another company that's actually been in the market for 2 years. And, it's Black owned. It's about skincare. And she's also advocating for mental health. And I was like, damn, that's crazy, because I really want to help advocate for mental health as well. Because I feel like in the Black community, we don't necessarily, advertise that a lot, because a lot of the shit that we deal with when we come home, we don't have time to deal with our mental health, because we got to feed our kids. We got to worry about not getting pulled over by the cops, because, they always on some shit. Like we have so much shit on our shoulders. So when we go home, we don't have time to really connect with our kids and ask them, how you doing today? Or really connect with themselves as parents. Like, they're always on the go. We always trying to, we just doing the most, especially in corporate America. That's where it's detrimental to a lot of Black people, is because we don't have room to express our emotions. Because if we do, as a Black woman or man, you're hostile. Well, I'm scared of you. They're here talking about you in the coffee break room, making little jokes and shit about you, because they don't know who you are. They don't know that you actually had a bad day. They don't know you actually lost a parent or a sibling or somebody. They don't know that you actually going through stuff, but they don't actually care, because they don't actually ask. So it's just like the fact that she's kind of getting in the market where she's doing something for the Black community. She's also advocating for mental health. And that would be a perfect segue for me to get in there and be like, okay, we can actually do something. Like, we can, collaborate our ideas, because I think you can do a lot more with this idea, and you can really put yourself out in the scene. So I know it's a long-winded answer, but it's like, that's kind of where I am with my consulting. Even though I don't have it off the ground yet, I'm starting to put myself in situations where I can still develop new skills, make new connections with people. So when I do branch out and get my own thing going, I have people that I can fall back on that can really give a testimonial to me. So when other people, y'all really want to pay me to help them, they'll know, like, okay, she's helped this person in the past, and she's done this and this and that. And I think that's why I'm really passionate about being a consultant, is because, you know, as a Black woman, we don't have that much room when it comes to white corporate America. We have that little space where it's like really small, where we just have that little voice. We don't really get the recognition that we deserve. And think about all the successful Black people that you have not heard of yet. Like, you know, people who are very successful, who really paved the way for themselves, especially these mom and pops. These people in these communities who built these companies on their backs don't get that recognition. Instead, they're put on the back burner. Instead, during COVID, they giving all these monies to these corporations because, they really need it. When in reality, I really need to take care of this store, this mom and pop grocery store around the corner, because it actually feeds this family that really don't have the money to actually go to Walmart or something to buy all these groceries for their kids. You know what I'm saying? It's just like me being a consultant, I feel like I can just help a lot of people do a lot of things. And I've seen, like, as I grew up, seeing small businesses around the corner that I love going to end up being out of business because they didn't know how to handle, you know, their product. They didn't know how to do the books. They didn't know how to do a lot of stuff. So I was like, we need somebody like that. We need an actual consulting firm that's for the people, that's for the community, that can go out and help people and, you know, do a lot. So look, I told y'all, when y'all ask me a question, it's never that simple. I told y'all I got to get into it.
Hey, this is a podcast. You know, you got to talk it out. This is a chance to say everything that's on your chest.
Yeah, it's.
It is. It is.
Yeah, it's a process. It's slow. It feels slow just because, you know, when you try to build something of your own, it's not gonna happen overnight. So I think I'm, you know, trying to be patient with that. So, but I still got opportunities coming my way. You know, still gotta see what really resonates with me, and it feels good. I might just do it. I'm really thinking about taking her up on the offer once I hear, you know, if I hear what she has to say and I like it, I'll most likely be a co-founder of that. If not, then I'll probably just move on to something else.
So,
okay, so like once you get your own business out, like it's gonna be more, I guess, spiritual side things, or is it kind of like more like mental health? Like once you get your business out?
Okay.
Or might be like combo of both.
So, my artwork, and I'm gonna save that for like the spiritual side of things. Like that's how I'm gonna try to use that platform in my podcast. Like kind of put that in one, you know, little circle. And then when it comes to my consulting, it's not gonna be like a totally different thing, but it's gonna be something kind of like separate on the side. That's like my main source of income that I really, you know, want to indulge in. And it depends. Like I said, last year it threw a curveball at me, so I'm starting to learn how to adapt. So if it comes to it that my spiritual path and my artwork is a lot more, you know, something that's I'm really going to be doing, then I'm more likely to lean toward that. And then I'll still have my consulting on the side. I'm still deciding if I want my consulting firm to be not for profit or for profit. So I'm still trying to figure it out, you know, get that together. So.
Let me shoot not sure the fellas got any more other questions.
Damn, we've been going for almost 2 hours. We almost been going for 2 hours. That's crazy.
Yeah, it's probably maybe on like the second longest. Well, every time we have a guest, it usually end up going on.
But I'm the best guest. No disrespect to anybody else. I'm pretty sure they were great. But I'm the best. You know, every time I walk in the room, I demand that type of energy. Like, the queen has arrived. The champ is here. The champ is here.
The champ is here.
Man,
she need theme music when she pull up.
Right.
There's a difference between a winner and there's a difference between a champion. I'm a whole champion out here. Like, there's nothing that can hold me back. That's the winner of winners. That's true. Right. Like, I'll never stop. I'm gonna keep climbing that damn mountain. I don't care. People like it's lonely at the top. I said, no, I don't think it's lonely at the top at all. If I have people there that's supposed to be there with me, it's not lonely. Shit, and they say the only way, you know, to go is down. Like, nah, hell no. Because if I'm going down, I'm finna use the restroom. And then I'm gonna leave y'all, you peasants, right where y'all is. Go back to the top. I'm finna go look at the sunset. I'm finna go count my money. I'm finna go talk to these people up here that's with me, that's my day ones. You know what, I'm finna go draw a little bit, do some, paint and shit. And then you know what? I'm gonna keep going up. And then that's what we own. I'm not going down. I might wave to y'all, say bye. I'm moving. We're moving on up from here. People, they're going to hate me. People who used to know me, they probably gonna think that I'm a whole different person. That is very true. I demand my respect because it's give me my coins. Like I'm literally here to stay. I don't care how long it's gonna take me. Y'all gonna see me. I don't want to be famous. I don't have no actual desire in being a celebrity. However, in anything that I do, it's going to be noticed. I'm gonna be out there. And it's not to be overconfident. It's because that's, shit. That's it's gonna happen. It's definitely gonna happen. You're like, damn, I know that girl. I used to, she was on my podcast. I'm like,
hey. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I feel like low-key, she just gave the speech that LeBron wanted to say when he got that fourth championship. It was like, put some respect on my name. He wanted to add like all this too. Like, nah, it ain't lonely at the top. It's like, I like it up here.
Look, I can breathe. It's not even stuffy. The air is clear, it's crisp.
It's high quality air up here.
Oh, we polluted over here.
DMV
weather. It's the dark cloud.
But yeah, definitely thank you all for the opportunity. Hopefully y'all tune in, or anyone's listening, if it resonates, tune into my podcast, Spiritual Tingz. We going up from here. I'm trying to build a community of people that we can all really understand each other and connect, no matter what religious background or what you got going on. Like, it's a community for all. So thank y'all for the opportunity to let me get on here. It's not the last that y'all will see of me. They're probably gonna make me another host, y'all. They probably think about it. Like, yeah, this episode probably had the most. How do y'all actually see y'all's likes? Is that like a platform that y'all use that y'all see likes, or how many people? Because I use Anchor and it doesn't really tell me anything. So
yeah. So we use a platform called Simplecast. So it pretty much shows like all the like different like downloads from like the day, and it also shows like the different like platforms. So it shows like Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, iHeartRadio, I think like radio.com. There's like a few other ones too that we have our podcast on. So it shows like the different like amount of downloads from each thing. So and then also like for ratings, I know Apple Podcasts has ratings, and I know like Spotify now is like you can like rate podcasts now too. So
yeah. And where can they find your podcast? Is it just on Spotify? Or
it's actually on Apple Podcasts too. It is on Anchor if you have it. What I do, I use like, they're not really tarot cards, they're sacred path cards. That's what I call them, and I post pictures of them for the day's episode because it'll let you change the picture. On Apple Podcasts, it would not let you see the picture. On Spotify, it'll let you see it. On Anchor, it'll let you see it. But if you're on Apple Podcasts, you're not gonna be able to see it. But yeah, that's what I'm on right now. Working on that, and I welcome everybody. I'm trying to get the word out there, y'all. Like I said, I'm not no damn preacher. I'm not trying to be one, but I'm speaking from pure experience. That's why I feel comfortable, sometimes feel a little comfortable to, talk about what I'm going through and hopefully, get it out there to people. But yeah. Yeah. I had fun today with y'all.
Rep your social.
We did too. This was a good one.
Oh, my social, I don't know. For anybody who really want to see what I look like, that's not the social that you want to follow, because I'm not going to be on there posting no damn pictures like that.
So what about your art one though?
My art? No, yeah, that's the art. I actually had somebody follow me just to look at my post and then unfollow me. What an ass. Like I know who you are. Don't play me. I know who you are, but it's that Instagram is only for my art. Like I said, I just started it, so I'm not really painting anything. I'm just really broadcasting my art journey. That's what I really wanted it to be for, because I knew that if I go on there and start comparing myself to other people and the way they selling their art, I'll never get anywhere with my journey. So that's what I really wanted to share. Hopefully to inspire other people, other artists to step on the scene. But yeah. If I send y'all my Instagram name, are y'all able to post it in the description?
Oh yeah.
Maybe you want me to just do this?
Oh, that's okay. Yeah, you can do it. I mean, it's journey. It's called at Journey_Perception. Shit. I'm pretty sure I'll pop up. It'll be like a yellow background. You know me being a beautiful queen that I am with my smile, my glow. So you won't miss the picture. You won't miss my profile. And it depends on who you are. I may not follow you back. I'm sorry. I'm just a yeah. So yeah, definitely follow me on there. Yeah, I'm so excited to meet you guys. We definitely have to do this more often. As y'all can tell, I like to talk. When y'all get me talking, I'll never shut up. But it's crazy when people meet me for the first time, they think I'm like a B word, they think I'm rude, I'm mean, I ain't got shit to say. But you know what I'm doing? I'm peeping, I'm observing. I got to see how you move first before I even, say anything. So, yeah.
All right, I guess that's kind of ended there. We do this like every week, but guys, got anything going on this week, next week, rest of the month?
This week, just work. Hopefully, it ain't too cold where I actually go into work and I work from home the whole week. So we'll see that. I'm supposed to be going home to Arkansas this weekend and try to get the rest of the stuff put on my car. But if it's 20 degrees, I doubt they're gonna want to do that. So we'll see. But that's about it. Gym, everything else normal.
About to go do some more donuts in the parking lot with Dan. So
that'd be fun.
Don't do that. Don't do that. Please don't do that.
He can drive. Dan know what he doing. I trust Dan.
Yeah,
he was like, "Oh, it's snowing now. I don't want to go outside." I'm like, "Bro, this is the perfect time to go outside."
That's if you don't mind buying no new tires. I've been in the car one time. Somebody did donuts. I was like, "Yeah, I'm about to buy some new tires. So I really don't mind this." I was like, 4 new tires for this. I'd never be doing no donuts.
Does that not scare y'all when y'all do stuff like that? Like the whole donuts? I'd be scared.
It was in a parking lot, so it wasn't like we were going down the highway or anything. It was no cars in it, so I wasn't tripping.
What type of car is it?
I'm trying to go in the middle of the street.
He got a Challenger. I think he had a Dollar Challenger. My friend did it. He had a Mustang. I think like a GT or something.
My man says I do trying to do in the middle of the street.
Yo, literally, because it's snowing, bro. So like, cops don't be like pulling you over for speeding and all that. I'm just like,
because you shouldn't be speeding because it's snowing. That's why. You're like, shoot, I go chase him. I'm gonna be slid in the median too. So I'm gonna just let this play out.
It was like a get out of jail free card.
Yeah, I could not imagine riding with you in the wintertime. Shoot, I know how it was when I was riding with you in the fall. No way. I'd be taking an Uber or walking somewhere.
It's all good. That's why they made insurance.
I was like, "Cause Nate, you can go next." I think Troy done stepped away for a bit.
All right, well, I guess for me this week, I guess try to work. I guess YouTube's been going pretty well, so just trying to post more on that. I'm trying to do more vlogs, but to be honest, there ain't been too much to do for real. So I ain't trying to post no boring vlogs. You know what I'm saying? That's the worst, yo. When people have like 20 minutes to like doing nothing, I'm like,
oh yeah, it will be folks that do that.
Yeah, so I'm like,
it will be.
Me, so yeah, it's good to YouTube grind up a little bit, and that's pretty much it for real. All right, I guess that's all we have. Again, thanks so much for Seyoun for joining us. Get some great insight, enlightenment, everything. So hopefully we will have you back on another episode.
I'm definitely coming back. Okay. Y'all ain't even got to invite me. I'm knocking on the door. I'm like, hey, what y'all doing?
She gonna have that. Now she gonna ask us. We got to be on her podcast next. I already know it.
No, that'll be fun. I really want different perspectives on there. I'm always down to have that type of conversation with people. Like, I don't never shut nobody's beliefs or anything down. So it's good to have that healthy dialogue back and forth, even if you believe in something totally different. But yeah, thank you so much for having me, you guys. Anthony, Nate, Shante. Wait, did I say that? Troy. I got a message, Jashante. Look, I literally have a video of Jashante dancing like.
We don't got to talk
Bro,
about drunk
yeah,
meat.
Shante, he
Post
be
that.
cutting up. He be cutting up. I swear to God, he be
He
cutting
said
up.
post that.
Yo,
Like, we don't
I
got to
will
talk
pay you.
about drunk meat. They already know. They've seen me drunk.
They know how he get down. Like he really be cutting up on the dance floor. Ain't nobody can tell him nothing, especially if they little drink in his hand. But yeah,
I hear no lies.
but I probably won't see him because they don't be trying to.
We haven't done anything.
The group message be dead as hell. The group message be dead as hell. They be like, "Oh, what y'all doing? Let's link up." And then a week later, we ain't doing shit. Like, don't nobody wanna. Shante, that's how he be doing it. TJ be like that too. Kendrick.
I really don't be doing nothing. Me and Kendrick played basketball yesterday, so we're trying to start hanging out again. We just get, I don't know, life start
get him on the
happening.
show though.
You said what?
I'm gonna get him on the show. I actually talked to him about that. So Kendrick's the only person I actually talked to. Shante and back. It's okay.
Wow, I feel targeted. It's cool. She I got her on the whole podcast, but I don't talk to her. Dang, okay.
Oh, that's okay. I'm just, all right, y'all.
It's cool. It's cool.
All right, well, that's
y'all have a good one though.
Yep, that's going to conclude the episode. Also, I guess be on the lookout for potential No Secret podcast, Spiritual Tingz pretty soon. I don't know when, but pretty soon. And yeah, this will conclude episode 48. So I guess catch y'all later.
Bye. Peace.
Peace out.